Subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share this video if you're new to the channel, man. I want to let y'all know that Mia J, she released some information to the feds that Makedas Raven was basically going back and forth with Yo Gotti and Black Youngster of who basically was at the scene and who's basically gonna take the fall. And they're trying to offer Makita Raven some money, and Mia J intervened and everything. So I want you guys to really pay close attention to what Mia J has to say.
First of all, rest in peace to Young Dolph, man. We rocking with Young Dolph. If you rocking with him, go ahead and let us know down in the comments where you from, everything like that, man. So look, a lot of text messages just got released, man. I got the receipts. Look at these receipts, man. It's text messages being released off of Raven, Jamaica Thick, talking to a lot of suspects who they were basically trying to hide their involvement with the whole Dolph situation. If you look at these messages and you read between the back and forth, it's showing you the fact that they scared of getting caught. They know they had a hand to play in it. They know that they're part of the setup, but eventually they ended up getting caught, and they were trying to reverse the damage that would have been done. They were talking about going back and forth about how, you know, if they were for sure done for, they would have heard about it by now, and they're scared about somebody in the group speaking out, man. And so this is basically how we've all been getting our information, is because the people that they're scared of talking, the people that they knew was part of it and seen them do what they did, they're afraid that they're going to tell on them. Well, it's the same people that they're afraid that's going to tell on them that's already told on them, exposed everything, and basically showed us that it was Jamaica Thick and all of them in the cookie shop who's really at wrong, and that to basically get themselves out of the heat of the water, they had to basically put Makedas in them and expose the truth, because they're not going to go down for something that they did. You'd be a fool to let the cookie shop do all this stuff, all these little weird connections that they had, all that for you to get blamed for it. No, no one's going down like that. At the end of the day, the cookie shop didn't do nothing to help the people around them. And so that's why they end up getting told on. And so the person that told on them basically exposed the fact that Raven was a part of it and everything. And the fact that Skull was just like pushing her on into trying to hide her as a fugitive, basically. So when Raven went and hid out in Dallas with Skull, that was her really actually trying to run away from the authorities and not try to get caught. So she basically went on the run. The cookie shop people went on the run at the same time that Straight Drop and them were on the run. With Straight
And it goes to show how when Straight Drop went on the run, Makita Raven moved straight to Dallas. Like, you got to look at that and pay attention to the receipts when it's presented to you. I can't think for nobody. I can't make nobody think for themselves, but I can present the facts and the correct evidence that goes to show what really happened.
Drop and them are the fall guys. So it makes sense that this whole time they put out the news saying you guys got to go look for Straight Drop and Cornelius and the Bass Pro Shop hat and the white Benz. But whole time the real goons is the cookie shop people, and some of the people from PRE that backdoor Dolph, man. You can't get away from the fact that it was a backdoor situation, and Raven knows Big Moochie Grape, and she also knows Black Youngster Yo Gotti and a lot of the CMG people. So really, it all goes back to the cookie shop too, because of the fact that the people that backdoor Dolph, which is Big Moochie Grape and maybe allegedly Key Glock. Now, this is what a lot of people are thinking, is them two is the ones that did the backdoor out of the PRE side, and possibly Snoop bands as well. And when you look at it, all of those guys actually know who Raven is. They actually grew up in the same city as Raven. Okay. You got to remember, Dolph is not from Memphis, but these other guys, they're from that area. And so they grew up seeing Raven and seeing who she hung out with. At one point, they all went to school with each other. And when they were all in high school, they were all going to the same parties, and going to 901 Trick or Treat shows and going to them birthday bashes that Raven would always throw and put the banners all up and down Facebook. So she was already telling on herself back then. And then the cookie shop people raving that she told on herself by saying it in the text messages, knowing damn well that the feds were watching her phone, and that's how the feds ended up getting her messages out, because she was saying incriminating sentences and words that go back to be tied to the entire situation that played at Dolph. Who is she worried about that's going to expose them? Because she's talking about how she doesn't want to go to jail forever. So what does she do that would make her go to jail forever? Those are the questions that the feds are going to end up asking her. They're going to ask her, Raven, Jamaica Thick, why did you say that you thought you were going to go to jail forever? What did you possibly do to make you think that? And don't lie, because if she lies, they're going to know it, because why would she even mention and say those words if she didn't actually was do something that she was actually scared to get caught for? So that's the facts right there. She thought she was gonna be one of the fall guys, and they thought she saw the tables turning against everybody that got involved, and said that,
This goes to show that when that pressure is applied, you gonna fold if you know you in the wrong.
and seeing that, hey, they're gonna have to pick a fall guy. So to clear the Raven and the Makedas name out of being the fall guys that get blamed for what happened, she tried to make the story as if, the owner wasn't there and he was just pulling up, like Maurice was just pulling up. Yet he's on the phone saying he's with Dolph in the shop or whatnot, or he's Dolph is there, right? He's verifying to people that Dolph is there and this and that. And then the whole "stay with me, Dolph," these fabricated stories, they try to lie so many times to cover up the fact that they weren't involved in it, but it just kind of led to more lies that she had to tell to cover that. And then the ultimate lie was the fact that she said, you know what, when for the first 2 months, she was like, yeah, that was my dad's voice saying, "Stay with me, Dolph." Okay, then how could he just been pulling up? But you're saying he's already in the store on the phone with you. Yet when y'all talk about when the police got there, you were saying that Maurice just pulled up, the owner, and that the police came in right after him, and that they basically met the police at the door. No, the real truth is that Maurice was inside the cookie shop way before Dolph even got there. Okay,
And these are facts. They're coming from the source. They're coming from Memphis.
and he had left and came back, and he had left and came back because he was trying to basically have the people in the white Benz follow him to where the cookie shop was, so that they could further say that, hey, the owner of the cookie shop was also targeted by getting followed. You see what I'm saying? Then they can say that, all in all, when you go to court, they're going to try to use the argument that Maurice was driving in his Lincoln or whatever, and that he pulled into the cookie shop, but there was the dudes in the white Benz following him. And because they followed him, and they must have known that Young Dolph was going to be with that store owner, that they opened up fire on him, and that he's a victim too, and that he walked up as after they were ducking bullets and everything like that. But if you really pay attention to the dude's story, that it don't add up the way that he's saying. How could he pull up to his store from and seeing the employees ducking bullets? How could you be the guy that pulls up and they're the ones that are ducking bullets? So was Maurice the one shooting the strap? That's really what he's leading us on to. He's putting himself as in the position as the shooter and saying that he got to the store, and when the very first thing he saw was the employees ducking from bullets. So he's standing at where the bullets are coming from. Do you guys see how this is very weird and very strange?
It's very like it's very awkward how the events led up to what happened to Dolph. RP Dolph. I know they sent them up, man. RP to Dolph at the end of the day.
They're bad at lying, and we caught them.
So they caught up with everything Makedas had going on, man. I want y'all to give me y'all opinion on that situation, man. Get in the comment section, man. Let me know what's going on. Let me know y'all opinion.